me still. So as we talk about A2L cylinders, there's definitely some things that are changing. Some of you may have already seen it, but just to lay it out for you, with these new A2L cylinders, there's going to be a couple different changes. Number one, which is probably apparent in the way that you're seeing the packages laid out on the slide here, but all the A2L cylinders will have a red stripe painted closer to the shoulder or the neck of the cylinder to indicate that it is a flammable gas. Secondly, these cylinders will also be fitted with a pressure relief valve system as opposed to a rupture disc, which you might have seen previously on some of the disposable cylinders. So really what the difference there is, a rupture disc would essentially rupture, as the name suggests, once the pressure exceeded that set pressure. But for a pressure relief valve arrangement, it essentially just vents the excess pressure from the cylinder and then it closes back down.
Correct.
So that's really the only difference between the two. Otherwise, the cylinders are as is. And then the third difference that you'll see between regular A1 non-flammable refrigerants and then A2L flammable refrigerants is the outlet connections on the cylinders. So the outlet connections on the A2L cylinders will be left-hand threaded. Again, depending on the size of the cylinder, this is something that, via the AHRI guideline M was recommended to the industry. For smaller cylinders, up to 50 pounds of refrigerant weight, you're going to see a CGA 164 connections. This will also be the case for all the disposable 454B cylinders that you see in the aftermarket. So if you look at the bottom right-hand corner here of the slide, you can see a snippet of what that valve looks like, the outlet connection looks like. The CGA 164, it's a 1/4 inch flare. And the adapters are readily available on the market today to be able to convert that to a right-handed thread as well. And then as you go up in cylinder size, you're going to see the CGA 670 outlet connection on some of the larger cylinders as recommended by the AHRI guideline M. Again, adapters for that are available on the market. So those are some of the differences that you want to note between the non-flammable and then the new A2L mildly flammable refrigerants that will be coming to market soon. So Doug, I don't know if you wanted to add something to that.
Yeah. Well, people will ask about the equipment. The equipment, as I understand it, and Bosch chime in if I'm wrong, is right-handed as it is now. So.
Sure. Let me bring Phil in on that real quick.
Right-handed red, I believe, Phil.
Right-handed red.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
And the little adapter there, you can see they talk about the knurls on it. They're not solid.
I see a difference in that.
So you can tell the difference, yeah.
Right. So particularly in our residential light commercial technicians, if you're using existing hoses with right-hand thread, you're going to be required to have a left-handed to right-handed adapter for these cylinders. So good point. Beyond the shop, you don't want to be the person on the roof doing the installation and go, we got to have an adapter for this? Wait a minute. No one ever told me that. Well, yes, we did. Right here.
Well, Clifton, there's that, and then there's also the possibility that the tool manufacturers will just make a center hose, say, that could be left-handed thread, so you would not need an adapter.
Yeah,
I would expect that.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a variety of new compatible hoses that are starting to pop up that I'm sure we're going to be incorporating that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so everyone want to catch more about the Solstice R454B and the applications, we encourage you to go check that out. And we're going to